Well, hello and welcome out to Herman Brothers Field. The Matsu Miners facing off against the Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks here on the road. Josh Salem with Wyatt Wewell. Sun shining from the right side of the field and little to no wind currently. We've got a great day for baseball. On the mound, making his fourth start and 10th appearance is Blake Payton. And Payton coming out of Arizona University, a freshman there. The left-handed pitcher has not made it more than 4 innings this season before he's been pulled, but that's not because he's been doing bad. He's had one of the lowest ERAs in the league, and on the team for the Miners, 2.10 ERA, a 3-0 record coming in, 21 and a third innings on the mound, 20 strikeouts to his 8 walks, 10 hits given up. He has pitched against the Chinooks 2 times, 3 innings back on July 1st in the 4-3 win, only gave up 1 hit, had 3 strikeouts in the 9 batters he faced. And on June 5th, he pitched 2/3 of an innings and only gave up 1 walk of the 3 batters he faced in that 10-2 victory for the Chinooks. Right now, the Chinooks currently in last place at 10-23. They're trying to pick up their 11th win as they are half a game behind the Peninsula Oilers, who face off against the number 1 seeded Bucks today. And the Bucks 25-9, Miners in second place at 20-12 after picking up an 11-6 win last night. The day before, Chinooks had won 10-2. And the starting lineup for the Chinooks, who will be hitting first: Mason Corbett, the right fielder, batting second; Pate Fullerton at shortstop; J. Paul Fullerton, the catcher, batting third; Ethan English, the designated hitter, hits fourth; Hayden Keller, the center fielder, bats fifth. The 6th hole is Daniel Freeman at first base, Joe Brazil, the 7th hole at third base, Trevor Cho, the left fielder, batting 8th, and Dylan Gardner cleans up the lineup as the second baseman and 9 hole. Zach Sundine will make another start for the Chinooks. We'll give you his numbers in the bottom half of the inning, but right now we're ready to go as it'll be Blake Payton to toe the rubber. And Chinooks desperately looking for this win today, still fighting for that 4th place spot. Bucks took a 7-4 win yesterday, and ball 1 falls inside to Mason Corbett. Corbett, the highest average on the team of any Chinook, 289 hitter, just under 300. The 1-0 pitch, and that's called for strike 1 to tie the count up. No outs here in the top of the first inning. Mason has 24 hits this season in 29 at-bats, leads the league in walks with 25. He'll take one in the dirt. Defensively for the Miners, it is the left fielder Kobe Bulware, center Eric Webb, in right field Matt Palmer. And on the infield, Cody Huff at third. At shortstop is Caden Hogan, second baseman Tyler Porter, first base Tanner Carlson. That one fouled directly towards Trevor Cho, just outside the third base dugout, where the Chinooks are residing. First base and assistant coach is Sam Potter, and the head coach for the Chinooks, John Groth, at third base. 2-2 pitch in the lefty-on-lefty matchup. Off the plate, ball 3. Tried to work in the off-speed away and just taken too high. Behind the plate again, Robbie Brew. Full count to lead off the ball game, and Mason Corbett trying to reach. He will with ball 4. So he picks up his 26th walk of the season and gets on base for the Chinooks. Chinooks yesterday had a tough time fielding the baseball. Had 4 errors yesterday in the game, and that was a big factor. It was a 6-run 4th inning that ultimately affected that outcome. You take away that inning, Chinooks win by just a run at 6-5. Final score ended 11-6. Corbett a good lead at first. Let's see if Payton tries to pick off. Bunt shown and pulled back, strike 1 on the outer half. This is Pate Fullerton, the shortstop. He'll be followed by his brother, J. Paul Fullerton, on deck. Chinooks off day is tomorrow, and then they will play again this weekend. Bunt shown there, bunted directly back to Payton. He'll flip, throw to the outfield as Corbett's going to hold up, and that'll be a close play at second. Went with the fielder's choice, but Payton, that'll go as an error against him. Good jump for Corbett. He tried to turn, get it over, but it'll put on Pate Fullerton on the fielder's choice bunt. Just trying to get a sac bunt down, and it turns into an error.
Now batting, catcher number 23, J. Paul Fullerton.
J. Paul Fullerton up next. Ethan English on deck. Not necessarily the best bunt from Pate Fullerton, but all the same, you get it down, force some action, and Peyton unable to get the throw over to the shortstop in time, threw it a little low. Eric Webb able to come in, grab it. Bunt shown this time, and all the way back in the air. Very rarely do we see J. Paul try and bunt, but with a lefty-on-lefty matchup, runners at first and second, Chinooks trying to strike early here with Ethan English on deck. Try and move up 2 runners.
And a good bunt will eliminate that double play and advance those runners to third and second.
Big gap between short and third. Ball 1 taken high. Cody Huff, the third baseman, playing a step on the grass and is really shading the third base line. Huff had the big day offensively with the last time the Chinooks were here with 2 bombs, including a grand slam. 1-1 pitch. Upstairs, ball 2. So far in the ballgame, a walk from Peyton and an error from Peyton have put Corbett and Pate Fullerton on first and second. Again, the Chinooks playing the Miners tonight at 6, not 7, so we've seen a couple Miners fans trickling in a little late after getting the heads up. Delivery. Big swing and a miss, ties the count up 2-2. J. Paul trying to pull there. In J. Paul's first at bat, last time here at Herman Brothers Field, he had a double off the left field wall. Kobe Boulware in left field, shading towards the right side, more towards center, as is Eric Webb for J. Paul Fullerton. Expecting him to pull. He's got power to all sides, trying to battle, put something in play. Payoff pitch. Well in the dirt and blocked up in front. Good block by Brew just to keep it in front. And we've seen a couple times that the Chinooks and Miners have gone from first to third here. It's a gigantic backstop. Big opening in foul territory. So don't be shocked if you see that tonight. Chinooks trying to get the bases loaded here with a full count, no outs. Pate Fullerton at first, Corbett at second, payoff pitch. Big swing and a miss, would have been likely low, but instead it comes as the first out via the strikeout to J. Paul. Ethan English up next. Boy, wouldn't it be something, Wyatt, if he could get one over that left field wall here to start off a day for the Chinooks.
It wouldn't be the first time we've seen it either.
Would not, and he's come up in some big at-bats for the Chinooks. One out, first pitch to English. In the dirt, and Brew keeps it in front. Well, it was a tough sequence of events for J. Paul. Was caught swinging with a full count, little lower fastball inside. And it's a lefty-on-lefty matchup. It's a tough situation, Peyton with a lot of movement. But the sequence of pitches was the big thing, and J. Paul tried to bunt. Would have maybe liked to see him swing away on that first pitch. I think he would have liked to have had it. Matt Palmer in right field playing straight away, and there's a few times the Chinooks have just crushed some down that right field line, especially these lefties. Many lefties in the lineup tonight for the Chinooks. Upstairs, ball 2 to Ethan English. Good take. English struggled a bit yesterday with a strikeout and 3 flyouts. Just kept lifting the ball. He's a .240 hitter, 25 hits this season. Some of the most on the team. Smashes one to left field, and Boulware slips but is able to make the catch going back. Ball was crushed by English. He came in, slipped a half second, and unfortunately doesn't get over his head. Hayden Keller will have to come up and try with runners on first and second here. 2 outs.
Boulware tore up a big chunk of grass trying to make that cut out there. I don't know if that outfield if that normally happens or if he just happened to find a loose patch, but he got lucky being able to get to that ball.
Yeah, to avert, reach up, and now Hayden Keller will look for an RBI base hit. He'll take strike 1, outer half from Peyton. Miners yesterday had a guy throw an inning and then brought in their typical guy who starts, and he only threw for a few innings. 5 pitchers came into the ball game for both teams yesterday. 0-1 count, runners on first and second. This one in the dirt, Brew able to block it up. Keller, 4th highest average on the team, .261 hitter, 30 hits. 2nd most on the team, just behind Jess Davis, who got the day off. in the dirt, and this one kept in front as well. Time granted, a 2-1 count. Peyton has not had his best stuff to start it off here in this inning. He's missing low on a lot of pitches. Brew's getting a workout back there. And Hayden Keller trying to do some damage here, or at least load the bases with 2 outs, try and force some action. If a ball gets by Brew, there's a chance that Corbett, depending on how great of a jump he gets, at least moves up to third. A walk and an error in the inning, 1 strikeout for Peyton as well. 2-1 count here. Right side of the infield shading Keller. Hits one up the middle, 2-hopper, and it'll be flipped. He'll have to throw across to first, directly on target on the out made by Caden Hogan. Chinooks strand 2, can't get anybody with the 2 leadoffs getting on first and second. It was a strikeout and line out, and then a ground out that ultimately ended. And Zach Sundine will give you his numbers as well as the starting lineup for the Miners when we come back. Back for the bottom of the first inning. Chinooks got 2 guys on in the top half, couldn't get them in. And still looking for their first hit as well. 1 error for the Miners, but no damage done. We're in the bottom of the first. Kobe Boulware will lead it off against Zach Sundine. And Boulware, the left fielder today. Tyler Porter bats second at second base. Center fielder Eric Webb hits third. Tanner Carlson, the cleanup hitter at first base. Cody Huff, the 5-hole third baseman. Sam Thompson, the designated hitter, hits 6. Matt Palmer, the right fielder, batting 7th. Robbie Brew in the 8-hole behind the plate, and Caden Hogan, the shortstop, bats 9th. All will face Zach Sundine, who's a senior at MSU Denver this coming fall. Left-handed pitcher out of Aurora, Colorado. 5'10", 165 pounds. He's got a 1-3 record, looking for a second win of the season. Making his 9th start. Was the starting pitcher back on the 5th of June for the Chinooks in their 10-2 win over the Miners. And that one laced into left field in front of Cho for a base hit from Boulware. He had the Chinooks number yesterday. He takes the first pitch for the first hit of the ball game. Brings up Tyler Porter for a lefty-on-lefty matchup. We'll see if he tries to lay down a bunt. Some more numbers on Sundine. He's got a 4.33 ERA, 37 and a third innings on the mound. Second most on the team, 35 strikeouts to his 18 walks. Some of the most strikeouts in the league as well. Giving up 33 hits this season and has pitched against the Miners twice. Bunt shown, pulled back, ball 1. Stacy Dunbar, the home plate umpire. Sundine has not surrendered a loss. Of his 3 losses this season, he has not surrendered one to the Miners. Runner at first, Boulware. Bunt shown, pulled back, strike 1. Tyler Porter, the typical second baseman that we see for the Miners. Pick off to first, and Freeman will catch as Kobe Boulware stands back up on first base. Miners still rocking the same jerseys, the retro tops. Little camouflage with the white pants and green socks. Bunted to the first base side. Freeman will grab it. It's going to be a close play and a base hit for Tyler Porter on the bunt. Back-to-back hits started off, and there's no way that Sundine was going to be able to get there. He hesitated a half second. Now runners on first and second for Eric Webb. Same situation we saw in the top half of the inning, but the Miners will try and get in a run. Chinooks were unable to. They've started off the inning with 2 hits, a bunt single and a single to left field. Oh, it's just a perfect bunt, and Freeman holding on the runner at first. Only way he can get the out there is if he quickly gets it. Bunt not shown, in and away, and runner's going to stay, but there's a mix-up as Porter is going to be tagged out at first base. Runner at second stayed put. Kobe Boulware did not advance to third. And he had all the time in the world to do it. Didn't want to make the first out at third base. Porter caught in the rundown for a half second, and Freeman will make the tag. So the Chinooks luck out there for out number one.
That's a very smart play by J. Paul Fullerton as well, not allowing him to get into a rundown, but running him down instead before throwing the ball so that it didn't give time for the runner to advance to third.
Well, it's crazy because that what could have turned into a pass ball ended up into a caught stealing. Very crazy caught stealing, but able to throw out Porter as Boulware just stayed put at second. He's in scoring position for Webb, who had a hit yesterday. Big double down the left field line. Pops it up. That'll be shallow right field. Dylan Gardner going to get called off by Corbett. Came all the way in from right field. Will make the grab for out number two. Tanner Carlson, first baseman, up next. F9 for those scoring at home. Chinooks have a chance to get out of it. So Tanner Carlson, the four-hole first baseman, coming out of Long Beach State University, a freshman there, Elk Grove, California native. 6 foot, 180 right-handed hitter. And that'll be strike one on the outer edge. Pretty good showing by the Miners fans, as they always have, lining every bleacher. Very few spots and holes on the bleachers for anybody else to sit. Probably about 1,000 fans here tonight at Herman Brothers Field. Boulware the lead at second. Long look from Sundine. Time granted from Stacy Dunbar to Tanner Carlson behind the plate. Cody Huff waits on deck. The third baseman, we're in the bottom of the first, a 0-0 ball game. 2 hits led off the inning. Boulware the single to left. Porter the infield bunt that he reached first base on, perfectly placed it. And this pitch is a little bit farther out, 1-1 count. And then Porter ended up getting caught stealing, trying to advance to second. Tanner Carlson up at the plate now, and Eric Webb flew out to shallow right field, just a step behind second base. Hits one off the end of the bat, shallow right field. Mason Corbett, a long run. It's going to just go foul. Stayed up there forever, but will work a 1-2 count. It's a tough play to get over there. And, of course, Brandon Cody, who typically plays right field, and Jess Davis getting the day off. Chinooks having to mix around a little bit. Had Daniel Freeman out in left yesterday with Keller in right. Now Keller making his first start of the season in center. And Mason Corbett getting his first start as a right fielder as well. We've seen him once in the outfield in left, but has not played right field. He's already made one out in the ball game, and just can't quite get to that one. And Wyatt, I was about to say, here we go again with the bloop hits. That one stayed up a long time, but sometimes baseball will reward you with that. It's hit off the end of the bat. Pate Fullerton reaches up, will make the grab, and rob a base hit off the end of the bat from Carlson. And the Chinooks get out of the inning, apart from the 2 singles up to lead off the bottom of the first. We're going to the second inning. It'll be Daniel Freeman, Joe Brazil, and Trevor Cho when we come back. Daniel Freeman to lead off the Chinooks in the second inning. Joe Brazil on deck. Ball 1 to the backstop is going to sail wide from Peyton. Struggled a little bit, got some help from the Chinooks hitters, including a good play by Kobe Boulware in left field to rob Ethan English as he slipped. Freeman pops one up off the end of the bat. Caden Hogan goes back and will reach up, make the one-handed grab for out number 1. Just missing it for Daniel Freeman a little early. Fly out to the shortstop. 1 out here in the second inning. Joe Brazil, Trevor Cho, Dylan Gardner. Next 3 guys in order. 1 out, bottom of the second. We'll be giving you updates as well as the Anchorage Bucks are facing off against the Oilers down in Kenai. That will last all the way up until Saturday, and Brazil chasing away ball for strike 1. As the Oilers will actually come and play the Chinooks on Saturday. Mentioned earlier, Chinooks have the off day tomorrow. Peyton's wind-up 0-1 pitch. Ball 1.
The Chinooks have a lot of off days coming up. I think we have 4 more in the next 12 games or something like that.
Up and inside, Brazil will take. And yeah, I mean, off days are not bad. I'm not going to complain about them, especially with how many games, 44 games the Chinooks play, not counting the Scout Showcase as well as the All-Star game.
And the playoffs, hopefully.
And the playoffs, yeah. Ball 3, and it'll be a 3-1 count. For the Chinooks, I think they need to take till they get a strike right here. Peyton has really fallen behind a few times in the count. The Chinooks have chased a few pitches that looked good and initially weren't. And that one will be fouled back. Full count ensuing. 4th full count in 2 innings. Excuse me, 3rd full count in 2 innings. Trevor Cho waiting on deck. Brazil trying to reach here. The full count pitch fouled directly back. Good pitch to spoil for Brazil. Had a hit yesterday on the infield. Beat it out at first base. Three-two pitch. Big swing and a miss, and in and out. And they're going to call him out. Brazil could have taken off for first base, chooses not to. Looks back at Stacy Dunbar and says there was no foul tip. So that's the 2nd strikeout and would have likely been ball 4. Inside and high, and Trevor Cho will come up next. A lefty-on-lefty matchup. Dylan Gardner waits on deck as a lefty as well. First pitch, strike 1, outer edge. Tried to work in a curveball. It falls high for ball 1. 1-1 count. 322 to the left side and right side foul poles. And 345 in right center, 342 in left center. And 2nd strike taken on the outer edge by Cho. Last start had a few strikeouts. He's trying to get back on track here. Going to have to work with a disadvantage count here from Peyton. And the 1-2 delivery. Well off the plate, 2-2. Cho comes out of Wisconsin Whitewater, the senior there. And that's taken high. Full count again. Maquon, Wisconsin native, 5'10", 170, left-handed hitter. And the left fielder today, 3-2. And ball 4. So Peyton, with the 2-out walk, will bring up Dylan Gardner. See if the Chinooks can get some 2-out magic here on the road against the Miners. They're 2-4 entering in on the day against the Miners this season.
Now batting second baseman number 2, Dylan Gardner.
Picked up their 2nd win 2 days ago and 4th loss yesterday. Dylan Gardner up next. Oklahoma State Cowboy. Peyton not picking off, will work in strike 1, the outer edge. Got to go to lunch with Dylan earlier today. Cheapo's Mexican Restaurant in Eagle River. Pretty good place. 0-1 pitch. And that'll be called for strike two. Thought it missed a little low, but Stacy Dunbar says no. And Dunbar has been one of the best dumps we've had throughout the entire ABL season so far. I believe this is the 34th game for the Chinooks. And the 0-2 pitch. Long look for Peyton, not going, and that'll be ball one well out. Top of the order, Mason Corbett, who walked in the first, is on deck. Well in the dirt, Brew blocking it up, and Cho will have to hobble back into first base there. Chinooks still looking for their first hit. Can they get it with Dylan Gardner? A 2-2 count to him here from Blake Peyton. Peyton coming set. And the delivery. Well off the plate, full count. And so Cho will be on the move here. Infield going to have to go across. He's in jeopardy of giving up his third walk. One in this inning, one in the first. Has 2 strikeouts. Dylan Gardner looking to put something in play hard, especially with the runner on the move. And ball 4. Gardner will trot down to first, puts a runner in scoring position for Mason Corbett here. 2 straight walks, third on the day. We'll pause for a moment. The pitching coach, Jeff Erlob, out for a conversation with his left-hander. We are back. Mason Corbett here. Runners on first and second. 2 walks. Trevor Cho and Dylan Gardner. Hit to the left side. It's going to get through. Trevor Cho is going to be waved around. Can he come in to score? Bullware will bobble it. And both runners will stay put, as that's an RBI single opposite field. First hit of the day. All with 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. Chinooks lead 1-0. Big hit opposite field for Mason Corbett.
Now batting shortstop number 7, Pate Fullerton.
Trevor Cho all the way in to score. And now Pate Fullerton reached by error on his sac bunt in the first. Trevor Cho, Dylan Gardner with the walks, and that's where walks come back to haunt you for Blake Peyton. First pitch here. In the dirt, good block by Brew. Brew in these first 2 innings has had to keep 7 balls in front of him. And he's had a couple of them well into the right-hander's batter's box against these lefties. 1-0 pitch almost nicks the left leg and the right leg of Pate Fullerton. He barely got out of the way of it. 2-0 pitch to await.
Not really sure how he did get out of the way of that, but nonetheless, he's still in the box.
At one moment, you see the ball right going for his legs, and the left leg barely moves out of the way. Inside, that's going to hit him. A hit by pitch, and Peyton will load him up here to J. Paul Fullerton, who he struck out in the first. If I'm Fullerton here, I got to be as patient as ever with the bases loaded and with Peyton struggling. Chinooks trying to put up a few more runs here. Eric Webb already shading to the right side, as is Kobe Bullware. He came in on that base hit. I don't think he was going to have a play at all at the plate, unless he throws 130 to get Trevor Cho. That ball was hit softly, perfectly placed past Cody Huff at third base.
And that grass in the outfield is thick, and it is difficult to pick up a baseball out of that.
Windup is what pitcher's working out of. He'll throw ball 1 here to J. Paul Fullerton. Chinooks have walked in a couple runs offensively throughout this season. And they're looking for a big hit here, as that'll just miss high. 2-0 count here to Peyton. And if I'm Fullerton, even though there's a 2-0 count, I'm taking. Your brother just got hit. He's at first base. You've got 2 walks in the inning. Cannot give too much, and that'll hit a few inches farther inside. As a left-hander, Peyton starts inside, so I'm not sure that pitch actually nicked it, but it was definitely close. 2-1 count. Wind up here from Peyton again. Ground ball hit to the second baseman. He'll stay down on it. Field throw to first for Porter for the out. Chinooks strand 3, have 5 stranded total in 2 innings. We're going to the bottom of the second. Chinooks do get a run, though. 3 walks and a hit by pitch. 1 single for Mason Corbett, plates Cho. All with 2 outs in the top of the second. Sundine and the defense coming back out for the Chinooks.
The Miners here in the second.
Cody Huff, third baseman, to lead off for the Miners. Sam Thompson, designated hitter, will bat second. Matt Palmer, the right fielder, hits third. Here in the bottom of the second, Miners coming from behind. It's a 1-0 ball game as the Chinooks are leading the Miners, getting 1 in the top of the second. Stranded 3 with the bases loaded, 2 outs, and scored all runs with 2 outs as well. Huff, the third baseman, pretty good hitter for the team as well, and he's coming out of Horizon High School in Scottsdale. Off speed, just missing low. 1-1 count, no outs. And this one chopped foul, third base side. David Dennis, third base coach and assistant coach, will field it and take it over to try and find a fan. Just holding up the baseball right now and gives it to a little boy on the side. That's a nice gesture by Dennis. First base coach is Jeff Erlop.
That was a smooth play. He did not break stride. He just got the ball and kept moving towards the fence.
1-2 pitch, just misses low to Huff.
Honestly, some of the smoothest hands we've seen in a while.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, especially from a coach, that is some. Most of the coaches here don't even try for it, apart from Sam Potter when he's at first base. Ground ball up the middle. Pate Fullerton going to have to let it go by him as it was chopped just past him, and a leadoff single here for Cody Huff. Sam Thompson up next. And Sundine a little upset there with Stacy Dunbar. He thought that the pitch before he struck him out. Dunbar not calling anything low tonight. Sam Thompson, the designated hitter, and that's okay. I'm fine with him not calling it. He calls it both ways. We're good, and he's got a good zone tonight already. Bunt shown, bunted down the third base line, coming in, and going to try and let it go foul. A heads-up play by Joe Brazil. He lets it go foul. Runners will have to move back. That was a great bunt by Sam Thompson, as Joe Brazil is playing pretty far back.
It almost stopped right on the line, too. He took a risk there, but it paid off for the Chinooks.
Yeah, he ran right by it, retreated, went back, and made sure. And Sam Thompson, he must have gotten winded or something, because he's still walking all the way back from first base.
Well, 90 feet's a long way.
Oh, yeah. Right, Wyatt. As a player myself, sometimes it is a long way, for sure.
It can be.
Chinooks looking for a double play here. Cody Huff at first. Not going. Bunt shown, pulled back, missing low. 1-1. Joe Brazil, third baseman, is shading a little too close to the line. You run into problems there if the bunt is pushed towards shortstop, especially with a left-hander on the mound. It's right where he falls off, but somebody's got to make sure they get to it. Pick off the first, sliding in Huff, safe. Thompson this season finds himself middle of the pack, 200 hitter, 13 hits. Does not have a sack bunt this season. Does have a sack fly, but no bunts. 13 strikeouts, 8 walks with his 13 hits, 3 doubles. Big lead for Huff. Not going. Pops it up on the infield. Dylan Gardner with it. And will make the catch for out number 1. So the fly out will keep Huff at first. Matt Palmer, the right fielder, coming out of Palmer, Alaska, which is where we are currently, is up next.
Number 20, Matt Palmer.
And he'll get an extra shout from these fans. I know him pretty well. Sundine's next pitch, strike 1, right down the middle. Palmer, a .222 hitter. He's got 8 hits and 36 at-bats. This is his 15th game that he's appeared in. 5 runs scored, 1 double, 1 home run. Hits one right back up the middle for a base hit. Cody Huff going to have to hold up as Keller picks it up. And that ball was laced. 4th hit on the day for the Miners. Robbie Brew up next, the catcher. Brew, 182 hitter with only 2 hits in 11 at-bats this season. Sundine still searching for his first strikeout of the game. He'd change that. He would transfer that, exchange it, I should say, for a double play here to end this inning. Ground ball to short. This could be 2. Fielded, thrown to second. The throw on the back end, right on target. Chinooks turn the double play against Bobby Brew, as it was Fullerton to Dylan Gardner on the back end to Daniel Freeman for the 6-4-3 double play for those scoring at home. And the 2 singles in the inning are avoided for runs. It's a 1-0 lead. We're going to the top of the third. Chinooks looking to add with Ethan English to lead off the third inning. Ethan English to start off the top of the third inning. Chinooks up 1-0. Have been out hit 4-1, but a bunch of walks from Peyton. He's really fallen behind and has one hit by pitch as well. Chopper to the left side. Huff coming in will make the play on the throw to first. Nice and easy. Ethan English, the ground out on his first pitch. He hit one on a laser to left field in his first at bat, but he's retired for the second time. Well, we mentioned that Peyton struggles to get the ball over the strike zone, and you're helping him out a little bit there. English chasing a fastball low. Especially with Dunbar's zone, he is not hitting the lower third. That pitch is right down the middle, though. Strike one. Chop to the right side, going to go foul towards Sam Potter, the first base coach. Instead, Tanner Carlson will come over and grab it, flip it back to the dugout. Keller trying to battle here. Ground out that ended the first inning. Ball one upstairs. Keller, fourth highest average, 261 hitter, 30 hits on the season. 17 strikeouts, 24 RBIs, the most on the team, and he'll pop one up to shallow center field. Eric Webb, a long run. Caden Hogan calls him off at short. Will make the grab. So Freeman, who flew out to shortstop in the second, try and start a two-out rally here. Otherwise, the Chinooks are going in order for the first time today. Ball one, taken off the plate. Wind up and pitch. This time inside, ball two. Freeman, a 1-0 count when he flew out to the shortstop. Just got underneath it and lifted it. Try and really get on one. He will not. It's lifted to the right side, and it's just going to get out of play. Two-one count, two outs. Still advantage for the Chinooks with the 1-0 lead. He'll smash this one to left field. Coming in, will not make the grab. He'll pick it in front on the base hit from Daniel Freeman here with two outs. So that'll bring up Joe Brazil, who struck out swinging in the second. Chinooks trying to get some two-out magic again for the second inning in a row.
Now batting third baseman number 8, Joe Brazil.
Two outs in the inning. Freeman a few steps off first. No pickoff. Ball one sails high. Cho, who scored the first run of the ball game just last inning, is on deck. Good time for Brazil to hit his first home run of the season. Would be right now. He'll smash one down the third base line, and oh, Coach Groth wears it with the kick save off his left foot. He's just smiling. I think he's okay, and
That's gotta hurt.
he's got a big smile on him, clapping his hands down the third base side. PA announcer just said that's gotta hurt. See if Freeman tries to take off with Joe Brazil at the plate. Got to really get a good jump. Hits one off the end of the bat. Eric Webb right on it. And actually, I think it was hit harder than I thought. Joe Brazil line out to center. So the Chinooks strand one more as we go to the bottom of the third inning. Chinooks up 1-0. Back and ready for the bottom of the third. A 1-0 lead for the Chinooks. And ball one just falls a little low to the 9-hole Caden Hogan, the shortstop for the Miners. Hogan's made a couple of plays defensively today. He's getting his first at bat. And we'll lace one off the end of the bat. One hopper to Dylan Gardner at second base. Makes a nice and easy throw over. Just jammed him inside, and that'll be the first out here in the third. Brings up Kobe Boulware a second time through, and he singled to left field in his first at bat on the first pitch, actually, that he saw. Sun ever shining down from the right side, right into our eyes behind home plate in the press box. And first pitch, strike one, inner third. Defensively, the Chinooks, Trevor Cho in left, Hayden Keller center, Mason Corbett in right field. All-speed hit off the end of the bat and goes under the glove for a base hit. So a second hit on the day for Boulware.
This field's got to be hard to play infield in because that last hit that went right by Pate Fullerton bounced over his head after it looked like it was right at his chest, and so he tries to play the bounce on this one, and it just skids on.
Yeah, I mean, I was fielding out on the dirt, and it's one of the toughest fields I have ever had to field on. I mean, it's just so choppy. It's almost like you're playing on cement with rocks that are just spaced out thoroughly. Runner going, and the throw is going to be down to second. Will it be in time? No. Pate Fullerton not covering. And so that'll be a stolen base for Kobe Boulware. Got not a great jump, but good enough to get in as Fullerton had to catch the high and inside fastball to Porter way in there. As for Boulware, though, that is his 11th stolen base on the season. He is 11 for 12. Puts a runner in scoring position and strike one in there for a 1-1 count. Single for Porter in his first at bat. It was a sac bunt that turned into a base hit for him, perfectly placed to Daniel Freeman, and then Porter just outran him. 5 hits for the Miners today in 3 innings. Off-speed falls in, strike two here to Porter. And if I'm Sundyne, I'm doing one of two things here. Fastball away, I should say one of 3 things. I was about to go through 3. Fastball away, fastball up and in, or that same pitch you just threw. Maybe started a little bit outside. Give him to chase. We'll work through the off-speed again, and we'll get him to chase for strikeout number 1 on the day. So same pitch. I was 333 on my percentages so far in the game, and since I gave out 3 of them, I got 1 of them right. So I'll take it. Eric Webb flew out to right field in the first for out number 2. He's up again. Runner in scoring position, Kobe Boulware. Chinooks still lead 1-0. First pitch hit off the end of the bat, shallow left field. Coming in, Trevor Cho. And he dives. It's going to bounce in. And the throw is going to be into second. Will it be in time? No. Hayden Keller pulled up, and I think Tro called for it. It's a 1-1 game. Miscommunication in left center. Hayden Keller had probably the best chance to grab that ball, and Trevor Cho called him off. That is a tough play, but a tough break for Zach Sundyne.
Your first baseman, number 8.
So a double for Eric Webb. Ties the ball game at 1 apiece. Boulware scoring. Brings up Tanner Carlson, who flew out to short, and he will smash one to left field. That has a chance to go right into the glove of Trevor Cho as he runs it down a few steps from the warning track, and third out is made on the fly out from Carlson. No errors in the inning, 1 strikeout, 2 hits, and a ground out. End up in a 1-1 ball game as we go to the top of the 4th inning. You're listening to Chinooks Baseball. Trevor Cho to lead off here, a left-hander who walked and scored the only run of the ballgame for the Chinooks. Miners got a run last inning, ball one taken low. Up and inside, watch your lips, Cho, as he backs away, a 2-0 count. So far through 3 innings, as we're in the top of the 4th, Peyton, 2 strikeouts, 3 walks, 1 run. And that's popped up in foul territory. Brew going back, and he will make the grab. Cho with a 2-0 pitch that he fouled out to the catcher. Just a tough break there. Swung at a high fastball and can't connect with it. A fly out for out number 1 here in the 4th.
Now batting, second baseman number 2, Dylan Gardner.
Chinooks shooting themselves in the foot right now. And Dylan Gardner comes up next, a walk in his first at bat. Six hits for the Miners. They've got 2 in every inning. Up and inside to the backstop. And this is why I said you got to take till you get a strike. Chinooks, when I refer to them beating themselves right now, Peyton's struggling today. He's struggled to find the strike zone, get ahead in counts consistently. There have been 2 batters that he has gotten ahead in the count, and this one hit off the bat from Gardner back to Peyton. He'll field and throw it over to Carlson at first. So 2 quick outs, Mason Corbett up next. But the Chinooks chasing in hitters' counts, some pitches up or well off the plate, and have just not been able to squeak them through because they're chasing those pitches. And got to give credit to Carlson, I guess, or excuse me, credit to Peyton. I guess his pitches look like they're close, but from up here behind home plate, they are not. Mason Corbett up next, and he's got a walk RBI single today in his first 2 at-bats. Takes strike 1 down the middle. Fly out to the catcher from Cho, a ground out from Gardner to the pitcher, and curveball falls in lower third. 0-2 count. Right as I say, Peyton hasn't gotten ahead much. Here he goes with the 0-2 pitch to Corbett. Tried to get him, but Corbett, very disciplined, will take one right in the dirt. Two-hole Pate Fullerton on deck. Reached both times, a hit by pitch and error. Peyton's next one is going to miss low. 2-2 count. Wind up, and 2's across the board, and got him swinging. Corbett upset with himself, tried to take, but couldn't hold up, as it'll be the 3rd out. 3 up, 3 down inning. Chinooks go in order for the first time today. We're going to the bottom of the 4th, a 1-1 ball game. Bottom of the 4th we go. 1-1 count of the score as we are starting it off to Cody Huff, the 3rd baseman. Second time round, led off the second with a single. The Miners got a run last inning. Chinooks got one in the second. And Sundyne back out on the mound for his fourth inning of work. Strike one, lower third here to Huff. Huff, the single that bounced once off the mound, once off of the dirt, and took a crazy hop past Fullerton. Poked foul and out of play. We'll give a little kid a souvenir. And actually not this time, as it goes right past the fence line onto private property. 0-2 count, no outs. Sundyne looking for his second strikeout in 2 innings. Here starting the bottom of the fourth. And tried to work the fastball away for strikeout. And Huff not having it. He'll take that one, a 1-2 count. Wind up from Sundyne, payoff pitch in the dirt, 2-2. As of right now, here in the bottom of the fourth, 1-2-0 for the Chinooks. 1 run, 2 hits, 0 errors, and 1-6-1 for the Miners. From an 0-2 count to full, here to start off the inning. Sundyne going to have to hum one in there. Shout out to Sundyne's family tuning in tonight. 6 o'clock start time, as that'll just miss low. Sundyne thought it was right there. Was walking off the mound, and instead it's his first walk issue today. Start off the fourth inning. Let's see if Thompson tries to lay down a bunt. Stacy Dunbar not calling anything on the bottom half of the strike zone tonight. Huff reaches first base a second time today. Sam Thompson, the fly out to second base in his first at bat. Back in the second, bunt shown. Laid down, Sundyne will pick it up. He'll go to first base on the laser over, and Freeman will come off the bag on the sac bunt. Matt Palmer up next. He had a laser single up the middle in his first at bat.
Your right fielder, number 20, Matt Palmer.
So execution works in the favor of the Miners. Brings up Matt Palmer. Picked up his 9th hit of the season earlier. And you got to give him credit. He swings the bat hard. 3 of his 9 hits have come as doubles. One of them, ground ball, left side, and the play is going to be caught up. They will work him. The tag applied, and great heads-up play by Joe Brazil. Cody Huff caught in no man's land, and they will get the lead runner out as Matt Palmer hits into the fielder's choice. Joe Brazil taking a crazy hop on the backhand just over the bag at third base. Huff was maybe 7 steps, probably 6 steps away from him, and he's able to run it down, does a couple pump fakes. Cody Huff can't change directions, and ultimately is trying to dive back into second when Joe Brazil tags him. Second time Chinooks have been able to get a big out on the bases. The mistakes from the Miners. Ball 1 sails high here to Robbie Brew. He hit into the ground ball double play that ended the second inning.
I don't know what Cody Huff was thinking on that play, trying to take third on a ball hit to the third baseman before it gets by him.
This pitch, strike one, outer half, 1-1 count, 2 outs. Palmer not good speed on the bases. He has not attempted a stolen base this season. And Brew currently at the plate. Chinooks trying to get him out. Delivery, curveball misses low. Almost like a slider type action. And a 2-1 delivery here from Zach Sundyne. 1 hit in the inning. Correction, no hits in the inning, a fielder's choice. And that pitch outside, 3-1 count ensuing to Brew. The scoreboard reads that they gave that a hit to Matt Palmer, and it does not come out that way. Unless, because he didn't throw it off the end of the bat, blooper to right field. Keller will take the hop, Corbett will take the hop, in right field, and Caden Hogan comes to the plate. Just a bloop single to right, puts runners on first and second. Matt Palmer messing around at second base, acted as if he was going to go to third on the throw to Sundyne. Just fell to the ground, and So we'll get word on that at the end of this half inning on if they scored it a hit for Palmer and then a mistake on the bases. Inside, ball one. Hogan the ground out to second in the third. That is Brew's third hit of the season in 13 at-bats. And Sundine behind in the count here as well. 2-0 count. They'll step off, reset, go right behind the mound. Zach, one of the few seniors on the team for the Chinooks. Palmer, a big lead out at second. Dylan Gardner working him. Time granted at home plate. So Caden Hogan likely going to be swinging here, expecting fastball. You want to face Hogan here, try and get him out before facing Bullware. And instead, it'll be a slider that pieces the outside corner for a 2-1 count. When you're a veteran like Sundine, sometimes those pitches can help you out in the count. Same pitch, foul tipped, strike two. 2-2 count, 2 outs, pick off the second, and he's out. Matt Palmer, not the heads-up play there as it was foul tipped into the mitt. Come back here. First pitch from Peyton, strike one, outer half, 1-1 count. 0-1 count, 1-1 ball game. The second time I've done that in this ball game in 2 innings. And this pitch falling in inner half to Fullerton, who has reached both times today. A hit by pitch and an error have put him on. Both Fullerton brothers in English to lead off this inning. That pitch a little bit outside into the right-hander's batter's box. 1-2 count. And this time, Fullerton almost gets hit again, and he's got a 2-2 count to work with. Pate has been hit 2 times this season. That pitch in the dirt and a full count ensuing. No one warming for either team in the bullpens. Been a pretty good pitchers matchup, 1-1 ball game. 8 hits for the Miners, 2 for the Chinooks, and the Miners have had 2 every single inning. Some crazy hits as well. Chopped up just into the glove of Peyton. He'll throw to first, and the out made. First time Pate has been retired. Tried to chip it over Peyton's head, and if that gets over him, I mean, there's no question Peyton would have been safe at first base.
Now batting, catcher number 23, J. Paul Fullerton.
J. Paul up next, a strikeout and a ground out to second base in the first 2 innings. First pitch, strike 1, inner half. This time, the curveball falls in again, 0-2. Peyton this inning is settled in. He's getting ahead in the count. See if he tries to work away with a fastball again. 0-2 delivery. And it's strike 3. We'll get J. Paul looking, and his second strikeout on the day. As the 4th strikeout granted in 5 innings to the left-hander of Blake Peyton. See if Ethan English can reach for the first time here with 2 outs. He'll take one in the dirt for ball 1. Ground out on the first pitch to him in the 3rd. Right to Cody Huff at third base. And then laced one to left field that Kobe Bullware made a nice play on to rob him of an RBI base hit. Way inside and up high, and I think that one's missed by Stacy Dunbar. That was easily up high for ball 2, but instead it'll be a 1-1 count. And that pitch well off on the off speed. Tried to work it in backdoor, instead it misses. Dunbar does not miss many behind the plate, but I think he did there. This one capped into fair territory, and it'll just go foul. Brew picked it up, a 2-2 count to work with here for Ethan English. Trying to break up the perfect inning here for Peyton. He's gone 6 straight outs. Peyton comes set. The 2-2 delivery here to Ethan English. Chopped to the third base side. Foul just to the left of Silas Drayden, the third base umpire. Justin Fox came out of the bullpen to grab it. And a 2-2 pitch ensues again. It falls upstairs. Full count. See if English can put one over the left field wall, put the Chinooks up. Instead, he'll swing through it for his first strikeout of the day, and we go to the bottom of the 5th inning, a 1-1 ball game. And Caden Hogan will make his second appearance for his second at bat. He showed up last inning, but 2 base running blunders by the Miners, and they've had 3 today, have kept it a 1-1 ball game. We're in the Bottom of the 5th inning, Sundyne working ball 1 away. Here to Hogan, who's got a ground out in the ball game. Boulware on deck, the left fielder with 2 hits today. Won't swing through that one either. A 2-0 count here from Sundyne. Look for that slider here on the outer edge from Sundyne. A left-hander warming in the bullpen for the Miners. Instead, it's a fastball, paints the corner for strike 1. Hogan, the shortstop for the Miners. And this season, as he takes ball 3 low, Hogan, the lowest average of any player on the team, with 3 hits in 44 at-bats. 2 runs scored. Not the guy you want to walk. He'll foul one back. 3-2 count. Job by the left-hander, Sundyne. Sundyne gets the pitch he wants. The 3-2 pitch ensuing. Bounced in the dirt. We'll walk him for Kobe Boulware to lead off. Up next, 3rd time around. Just the 2nd walk issued by Sundyne. So Kobe Boulware, the 2 singles to left field in his first 2 at-bats. Had one just go underneath the glove of Pate Fullerton. Runner goes, and it's going to be poked to first base. Daniel Freeman able to snag it, rob a base hit away from Boulware. A little bit to the left side of Daniel Freeman some more, and he would have had a base hit. So instead, it's a unassisted ground out to Daniel Freeman, and Tyler Porter up next. 1 out, runner at second. First pitch here to Porter is going to miss inside on the off-speed. Look for Sundyne, a fastball from him here. And he will. It paints the corner. Good pitch to the left-hander. Porter today, a bunt single and a strikeout. Chased away against Sundyne in his last at-bat. And the first strikeout was granted to Sundyne because of it, and he does it again. 1-2 count, 1 out. I try and go back with that same pitch. The left-handers, it's such a filthy pitch, has so much movement that Tyler Porter will be out in front on it trying to chase. Eric Webb on deck. RBI double back in the 3rd. Hips it, just going to get a piece of it to the on-deck circle in the first base dugout. 1-2 count, 1 out. 1-1 ball game, bottom of the 5th. Been a relatively quick game, 7 hours, or it's 7:20 now. It's a 1 hour and 20-minute ball game. Wyatt just made a face when I said 7 hours. Runner's going to go, and it's going to be in the dirt. Would have had him out by a mile, but Thompson with one stolen base now. Hogan, the stolen base, puts him on 3rd. And for Hogan, that is his 4th stolen base this season, has not been caught. And the infield going to come in here against Tyler Porter. 2-2 count, a single and a strikeout for him. Can Sundyne get one more? Strike 3 gets him on the inner half. And the infield can retreat back to position as Porter takes looking. A good pitch for Sundyne, and Eric Webb comes up next. The RBI double to left center that Chinooks just couldn't quite get a handle on. Trevor Cho came over, Hayden Keller underneath it, and Cho ended up diving for it, calling off Keller, and couldn't make the grab. First pitch to Webb is just to the bullpen left side. Webb pretty pull happy. His size does not show it, But he is pretty happy to pull the ball. Left side hits it relatively hard. The Central Missouri University junior. 5'8", 180 right-handed hitter. Ball in the dirt. Good block by Fullerton. It'll be a 1-1 count, 2 outs. The go-ahead run 90 feet away at third. Chinooks looking for one more to strand the runner of Caden Hogan, who reached via the walk to start off the inning. Ground ball. It's going to hit him, and that actually hits. Thought it actually hit Caden Hogan. It's down the third base line. The throw's into second. The ball ricocheted and went to the right side. I'm not sure what it could have hit. It hit something and redirected. It was not the base. No argument from anybody right now, but that definitely hit off something. And the way that Hogan jumped, I thought it hit him in foul territory. If not, it's a 2-1 lead for the Miners.
Unless it hit that blank spot on the field where there's kind of a
divot and came back into fair territory.
Which is very possible.
It is. It's definitely possible, but pop up on the infield. This should be the third out. Freeman calling for it will make the grab.
Either way, it won't matter.
Eric Webb scores on the, hits in Caden Hogan, who led off with the walk, stole a base, and moved to second. And it's 2-1. Eric Webb with his second RBI of the ballgame. We'll be back in a moment for the top of the sixth. Nolan Monahan into relief pitch for Blake Payton, who threw 5 innings, 1 hit by pitch, 5 strikeouts, and 1 run given up on 3 walks and 2 hits for the Chinooks. Hayden Keller to lead off against Nolan Monahan here in the 6th. The Miners took the lead off of Eric Webb's second double of the ballgame and RBI double in back-to-back appearances for 1 run, making a 2-1 lead for the Miners. They've got, as that goes all the way past Keller's head, and Monahan struggling here to find the first strike of the at-bat against Keller. Daniel Freeman on deck has a single in his last at-bat to left field. The 2-0 delivery. Ball 3 high. Monahan the junior out of Austin P. State, playing out of Wasilla, Alaska as well. 3-0 delivery. And a 4-pitch walk. No pitch remotely close to the strike zone. 2 high, 2 inside. And 1 inside and just behind the helmet of Hayden Keller. And here comes the righty on lefty matchup of Daniel Freeman. 6th inning, Freeman up next. Chinooks trying to get that run back after giving up 1 in the 5th. Keller the lead at first. Monahan the slide step, and it's low for ball 1. Monahan the 6'1", 165 left-hander. 0-0 record, 4.35 ERA, 6th appearance, 1 save, 8 strikeouts to his now 3 walks. And ball 6 in a row is off the plate. You cannot help him here for Daniel Freeman. You got to take till you get a strike. You have to. Catcher setting up right down the middle, delivery. The pick off to first, and he's safely sliding in. Ball 7 in a row, and Daniel Freeman has not had to take the bat off his shoulders, and hopefully Joe Brazil's taking note on deck as well. We could have 2 straight walks. Miner's going to try and get a righty warming in the bullpen. And the delivery. That's high for a 4-pitch walk, back-to-back at-bats for Freeman and Keller to reach. Joe Brazil up next, and the Miner's going to start warming the right-hander.
This did happen a couple of days ago against the Miners, and the Chinooks went on to score 3 or 4 runs in that inning.
Yeah, it was 4 runs, and I believe it was the 8th inning, the 7th inning the Chinooks did it. And
three walks to lead us off, and then they pulled that pitcher, but the damage had been done.
Well, we're going to have to regroup now as we'll pause for a moment. The pitching coach, Jeff Erlob, out for a meeting. Trevor Cho on deck, Joe Brazil at the plate. 2 straight 4-pitch walks. See if Brazil tries to bunt here for Cho on deck and Dylan Garner behind him. Bunt shown and pulled back, ball 1. That is 9 straight for the left-hander Monahan. Bunt shown again, and this time laid down the third base side. Monahan running, will grab it, slip, fall down, base hit for the Chinooks. Bases loaded here, brings up Trevor Cho. Joe Brazil reaching on the base hit. And the third hit on the day for the Chinooks. They're down by a run, and the tying run 90 feet away at third.
Now batting, left fielder number 9.
Second time we've seen a Miner go down slipping. First time that the Miner doesn't make the play, though. Double play in order. The middle infield going to stay back. And ball 1 taken low. Monahan with words and aimed at Stacy Dunbar, the home plate umpire.
He didn't look happy after the last ball call either.
I'm not sure he realizes that Dunbar hasn't called a strike at the knees all night. Or a little low for that matter. 1-0 pitch here to Cho. Bunt shown. Down the third base line. Great bunt. Will it stay fair? The throw, and he's out. Hayden Keller doesn't dive, and a good play by Cody Huff. You got to get a great jump there, and Keller holds up for a half bit. I don't know if he thought that Cody wasn't going to be able to get there, but that is not something you can afford to do there. I think Hayden Keller held up for half a second. Didn't even slide into home. Not sure what happened. But a great play nonetheless by Cody Huff to come in, grab it, and flip it home to Brew, who tried to lay down the tag anyways, and he was standing on the plate.
I think he actually was off the plate just a little bit, which is why he had to get the tag, because I don't know if he realized it was a force out, but he definitely wasn't on the bag.
First pitch fouled back, a 2-1 ball game, and 0-1 count here from Monahan in the lefty-on-lefty matchup with Dylan Gardner. Chinooks have to get a run regardless in this inning. Bases loaded, no outs, and can't get one in. It was a great bunt by Cho. Just Keller a little late getting into home plate. Check swing did not go around. They'll appeal to the umpire in the field, and he says no. For those who are keeping book at home, it's a fielder's choice 5-2 on the last play. Doesn't happen very often. And that pitch, strike 2 down the middle. Gardner going to have to put something in play here. He's got a ground out to the pitcher and a walk today. Monahan looking for a double play to end the inning. Middle infield's back corners are in, except for Cody Huff a few steps behind first. And the 1-2. Check swing did not go around. Miners trying to get out of this one with Monahan as the right-hander is warming up. Dylan Gardner looking for a base hit to bring in not only the tying run, but the go-ahead run. In the dirt, and we've worked it full. Monahan in jeopardy of walking in the bases loaded and tying the ball game. Dylan Gardner trying to get on any way he can, put something in play here or spoil a pitch. 3-2 pitch, and the payoff with the bases loaded. Biggest pitch of the ball game. Chopper right back up the middle. Double play ball, it's bobbled. He'll kick it around, and the error by the shortstop ties the game. Hit right off the palm of his glove, and Caden Hogan can't hang on to it. Everybody's safe.
He thought for sure he had it, too. He went to the bag at second base and then went to throw to first and realized the ball wasn't in the glove.
Well, it was hit slowly. The only way he's getting a double play out of that is if he takes it himself. Dylan Gardner has some of the best speed on the team. Mason Corbett up next will try and hit something to the outfield here, bring in the go-ahead run on the error. So that's an unearned run against Monahan. First pitch is strike 1 on the corner. Bruce set up down the middle, but the pitch was away. And it falls in for strike 1. Lefty on lefty matchup here. Pate Fullerton on deck. And that pitch too high. 1-1 count, 1 out. 2 errors for the Miners. 9 hits for him. It's a tie ball game of 2-2 to the 3 hits for the Chinooks. It was 2 walks and a single to start off the ball game. This pitch low, and again, Daniel Freeman came in to score the second run. Joe Brazil at third base, Trevor Cho at second, as well as at first Dylan Gardner. Top of the order back around where you want to be. Chinooks trying to blow open the ball game. Need a big at bat here from Corbett. He'll poke one foul, was up and in, going to be ball 3 instead. It's 2-2. Bases loaded, got to put something in play, force some action. We've seen 1 error in the inning so far. And taken for strike 3 on the outer half. Corbett goes down looking, and he's down on strikes a second time today. Unfortunately for the Chinooks, still a tie ball game, and it's up to Pate Fullerton here.
Shortstop number 7, Pate Fullerton.
He is 0 for 2 today with a hit by pitch. Had 3 hits yesterday. Good pitch by Monahan, picks up his first strikeout. And now facing his 7th batter in the inning. Ball 1 up and away. If I'm Fullerton, you got to take till you get a strike here. Unless it's inner third, your sweet spot, then you're swinging. But if it's anything away, you got to find a way to get in a run here. Ball 2 is high. Chinooks trying to walk in the go-ahead run. Bases loaded, 2-2 ball game, top 6. 2-0 count here to Pate Fullerton. Delivery. Up and inside, watch your lips, 3-0 count. Monahan a pitch away from bringing in the go-ahead run, 90 feet at third. For a moment, the Miners halted the pitcher warming in the bullpen. And the payoff pitch is going to be strike one, top of the zone. Very close to missing. Monahan will try and repeat. Three-one delivery, and it's going to be strike two. So Monahan, biggest pitch of the ballgame is now. Full count. Chinooks got to put something in play here with Pate Fullerton at the plate. Runner's going to be going. A base hit brings in a two for sure, and the delivery. Hit hard to right center, and it's going to get down. 2 runs are in. A third run's going to come in. Pate Fullerton, the bases clearing double to put the Chinooks up, and they're ahead 5-2. Now in the top of the 6th inning, that is a huge hit, biggest hit of the day for Pate Fullerton. Brings in Joe Brazil, Trevor Cho, and Dylan Gardner. Pitch right down the middle from the left-hander, and now it brings up J. Paul Fullerton, who'd like to add another run. 4 in the top of the 6th inning for the Chinooks. His brother would like to bring him in as well. Have had success for the Fullertons here. And chop to the right side. Going to go foul. First extra base hit for the Chinooks today. And Pate Fullerton was a little early on it, but he held his hands back and able to just yank it to right center with power out of the reach of Palmer. Puts himself in scoring position, and because of it being a full count, runners are on the move, and Dylan Gardner is able to come in. Off speed, called for strike 2. Fullerton today, 2 strikeouts and a ground out. He's got to compete here. Freeman, Brazil, Cho, and Gardner have all scored in the ball game of this inning, and Cho has scored twice today. Once in the 2nd, once here in the 6th. And that pitch misses low. Monahan can't believe it. It's been consistent. Nothing low today for either team. I mean, Stacey Dunbar's got a great zone. Everyone knows what you get when you come to the park every day. You know, he'll give a little bit here and there off the plate, but if as a pitcher you can paint those spots on the corners, he'll give you a little bit. That's your reward. Off the end of the bat, going deep center, Eric Webb underneath it will make the grab, but Pate Fullerton, the bases clearing double to bring in 3 more runs. It's 4 runs in the top of the 6th, and we're going to the bottom half of the inning. It's 5-2. Chinooks lead by 3. Bucks have the day off today as the Pilots are playing the Oilers. Bucks still have to play the Oilers many times down in Kenai next week, and ball one just missing a little low at the knees to Cody Huff. Chinooks get four runs in the top of the sixth. We're now in the bottom of the sixth. It's a 5-2 lead for the Chinooks. That pitch, strike one on the corner. Cody Huff today a walk and a single in his 2 at-bats. This one capped foul and a 1-2 count.
She appears to be missing. Please take a look around and see if you might find her and see her. Return her to the merchandise shack. That'd be appreciated. She's wearing purple, I'm told. Brooke.
Wind up and delivery. Hit hard to right field. Going back, Mason Corbett. He's on his horse. It's going to get over his head. And a good job by Corbett to quickly get it in on the throw, but a leadoff double here for Cody Huff. And not the pitch from Sundine I think he wanted. It fell right over the middle of the plate, and Huff with power able to drive it to right field. Brings up Sam Thompson. Chinooks trying to put up a 0 here. J. Paul Fullerton with a conversation with Sundine currently. 10th hit on the day for the Miners. Thompson sack bunt in the 4th and a weak fly out to Dylan Gardner at second in the 2nd inning. Palmer on deck, 2 for 2 with 2 singles. Curveball is going to fall in for strike one on the outer edge to Thompson. Top of the 2nd inning for the Oilers and Pilots game, a 0-0 ball game, and Chinooks trying to get the Oilers to lose before they face them on Saturday. If they can pick up a big win here tonight against the Miners. Same spot, strike two. And if I am Sundine, I'm doing one of two things. Yanking a fastball in their inner edge, try and blow it by and maybe up and in, or I'm going to try and throw that same pitch a little bit further off the plate. Hit off the end of the bat, shallow right field, diving stab by the second baseman Dylan Gardner, and he robs a hit away from Sam Thompson. We've seen both of the middle infielders today make a nice play to rob some hits from the Miners. Matt Palmer again up next, 2 singles. And that was with Sundine ahead in the count there. It was a good pitch, but lower third, and a good swing on it by Thompson lined him out. First pitch to Palmer, right down the middle for strike one. Both bullpens are silent now. It'll be interesting to see if Monahan comes back out for the 7th after giving up 4 in the 6th. This pitch is low and away. Good stab by Fullerton. 1 out in the inning, trying to keep Cody Huff there and strand him if they can get 2 more outs. Brew on deck with the single to right field back in the 4th. Checking him at second. He'll retreat back a step, and this pitch fouled directly below J. Paul, and he's going to need a half second. I think it might have caught him right on the inner half of his legs. Wyatt, did you have a better look at it?
I couldn't see it. Not from this angle. Definitely caught him somewhere, but and it wasn't the glove.
He looks to be okay, though. He's tossing the ball up in the air, just trying to continue it. Stacy Dunbar giving him the courtesy break for a half moment. Home plate umpire, and they do that for each other sometimes, you know. The catchers, when the home plate umpire gets hit by one, they'll go out, have a brief conversation with their pitcher, just try and get him his breath back. 1-2 pitch here to Matt Palmer. Delivery. Checks his swing, did not go around. 2-2. Palmer able to hold up. He's rocking the no batting gloves look. Very few hitters in this league.
Back where she's supposed to be. Thanks, folks.
2-2 pitch, 1 out. 5-2 ball game. Bottom 6. Hits one up in the air to left field, but Hayden Keller's underneath it. Will make the grab. They're going to tag him, and Hayden Keller's got a great arm. It's going to be a close play, but he's safely sliding in. You'll take it, though. Huff only moves up to third. It puts a little more pressure on J. Paul to try and keep everything in front, but you're facing Robbie Brew, the 8-hole hitting catcher. First time Palmer's gone down today, and Chinooks would like to strand Cody Huff, the leadoff double, at third. 2 outs here, bottom 6. Try and force the Miners to their final 9 outs. And Sundine's done a great job today. He's given up 10 hits, but he's only given up 2 runs. That's how you minimize. And it's been some blue pits as well for the Miners. They've run themselves off the bases a few times, 3 to be exact. And the pitch here is strike 1 on the outer edge to Brew. Brew coming out of Contra Costa Community College, a sophomore there. He'll take strike 2 on the outer edge. Good slider. Brew, the Hayward, California native, 6'1", 180 sophomore and right-handed hitter. 0-2 pitch. Just misses the corner. Sundyne will have time granted to Brew. Wind up with the 1-2 delivery. It's going to miss in the dirt, and a great block by J. Paul Fullerton. Just stares down Cody Huff.
Huff almost looked disappointed when he saw that he blocked that up. He had already taken off, but stopped and gave him this look of, come on, man. Did you have to stop that?
Yeah, and then he held it for a long second as well. J. Paul thought about backpicking him. With the Miners' track history in this game of base running, might as well take the chance. Inside, full count will ensue. Trying to get Robbie Brew here, the catcher. Don't want to face Caden Hogan, even though he's only got 2 hits this season. Misses low. That'll be the third walk issued by Sundyne, and it comes with 2 outs here to put the tying run to the plate. 5-2 ball game. Brew was the guy you wanted. And we'll pause for a moment. Chris Beck, the pitching coach, out for the Chinooks. Meeting adjourned as Stacy Dunbar, home plate umpire, breaks it up. 2 outs, 0-0 count to Caden Hogan, who is a run scored and stolen base. The most recent run back an inning ago in the 5th. Came in to score on Eric Webb's RBI double. Runners on the corners. First pitch here, ball 1. The throw back to third. Is he going to be out? Safe at third base. Good throw by J. Paul. The tag applied by Brazil. Ball 1 fell high. Brew this season not attempted a stolen base. J. Paul has a cannon behind the plate. Dylan Gardner would be covering. And the next pitch. Ball 2 high. Sundyne going to have to work in a strike here. Does not want to face Colby Bull with the bases loaded. Brew a few steps off first base. And the 2-0 delivery. Pops it up on the right side, out of play. Hogan comes out of Long Beach State as well, Reno, Nevada, 6'1", 180, right-handed hitter. One of 3 freshmen from Long Beach State on the team. Low and inside, and a 3-1 count. Sundyne cannot afford to load him up here for Bullware.
We just got news that Zach Morgan of the Pilots has hit a home run, a solo shot in Anchorage to take the 1-0 lead over the Oilers tonight.
Loving our resources and finding that, Wyatt? 3-1 count, 2 outs. Delivery. Check to swing, and there's going to be a play, but he did go around. It is a strike, but a run comes in, and Cody Huff on the wild pitch. And Sundyne wants to switch up the ball. He did definitely went around, helped him out on the pitch, but one run is in. It's a 5-3 ball game. As Huff comes in to score for the first time today. Got to find a way to get Hogan here. 2 outs, Brew at second. The delivery. Inside, ball 4. Back-to-back walks here and a run in, and the tying run now at first base. It's 5-3. Once you put up a big 4 in the 6th, you got to combat that with a good inning in the bottom half, and Sundyne struggled a little bit here. He's looking for a big out against Boulware, and good strike on the slider for the first pitch. Working ahead here to Boulware, who's got 2 hits in the ballgame and an unassisted ground out to Daniel Freeman at first. Good news is there are outs at third, second, and first. If you can keep it on the infield, fastball thrown away. They will throw it down to third, and it's high. Good stab by Joe Brazil. Dylan Gardner sails one. Able to keep it in the park, but good throw from J. Paul Fullerton down to second, and both runners move up into scoring position. A base hit could tie this ball game. Looked like the Miners were dead to rights again, but Gardner sails one on the throw, trying to get Brew out, who was definitely backpicked. This pitch missing a little low, 2-1. Caden Hogan at second, Brew at third, both reached via the walk. Right-hander Hannes Kindryke is warming in the bullpen. That's foul down the right field line. So 2s across the board. Let's see if Sundyne can get a big strikeout here, strand 2 for the Miners. Keep it a 5-3 ball game. Pitch low, it'll work it full. And all the same, nothing's hurt if you walk Boulware here, because you're facing Tyler Porter, who struck out twice against you as a bunt single. But you have to get an out. Cannot bring in anybody else. 1 run is in the 6th. Payoff pitch. Poke foul down the right field line. Boulware's just got a short, quick swing to the ball. And it shows why he's one of the best hitters on the team. A 286 swinger. 16 hits on the season. Utility player, outfielder, infielder. And the full count will ensue. Delivery. Ground ball to short. Pate Fullerton fields it. Throws across his body. Will it be in time? And he's out at first. Great play to get Kobe Boulware by Pate Fullerton throwing across his body. And Boulware has some words with the first base umpire as well as he walks back to the dugout, and that's going to send out Tyler LeBrun, the head coach, who's arguing with the umpire in the field. It's 5-3. We go to the top of the 7th inning. We'll be back in a moment. You're listening to Chinooks Baseball. Ethan English, the designated hitter for the Chinooks, is up to lead off the inning in the seventh. Chinooks surrender a run, but got four in the sixth. They lead 5-3, and the head coach for the Miners was just tossed. Tyler LeBrun arguing the call about Kobe Bulware trying to be safe at first. It was definitely bang bang. I think he had a better chance of being safe than we think from being up here. It was a bang bang play for sure, but the first base dugout is right there on the first base bag. And first base umpire's right there as well, but we thought he was safe. 1-1 count, no outs. Ethan English to lead off.
Like you said, it was definitely a bang-bang play, but the manager went out and had some harsh words. We couldn't tell what he was saying, but he was definitely pointing his finger and yelling and wouldn't let him get away. So he got run, and we're playing baseball in the seventh.
Ground ball to left side. Going to be a tough play. Backhand. Throw across his body. Will it be on the money? It will. Great play by the shortstop, Caden Hogan, to get Ethan English on the ground out.
The shortstops in the Alaskan Baseball League this year never cease to amaze me. It doesn't matter which one it is. They're always making incredible plays.
Yeah, Caden yesterday made a diving snap against Joe Brazil, but he couldn't make the throw on the back end. Brazil, close play nonetheless, and makes a good one, thrown across his body right on the money there, 1 out. He's got such great arm strength as well. That pitch missing low from the left-hander Monahan. Here to Hayden Keller, who drew a walk back in the sixth, did not score. We're in the top of the seventh. Chinooks trying to add to their 2-run lead. High fastball, 2-0 to Keller. Daniel Freeman on deck. See if the duo right there can get on base and Freeman maybe belt one over the left field wall. Pops it up on the infield. 2-0 pitch swinging. He'll slam his bat down in anger. Carlson calling for it. Will reach up, make the grab. Chinooks helping out. Monahan here after struggling last inning, giving up 2 big walks and 2 hits. Daniel Freeman up next.
First baseman number 44, Daniel Freeman.
Chinooks have definitely had their chances to add on today. Haven't been able to do so apart from the 3-run double by Pate Fullerton last inning. And the Miners have had their chance today as well, but they've run themselves off the bases. Daniel Freeman would like to bring back a run. He'll take ball 1 high. And Keller knew it when he swung on it. It was definitely high. Expecting a fastball low and in the zone, but just chased it, popped out to first base. Pitch scooped up in the dirt, 2-0 count. 2 hours into the game now, top of the seventh, 2 outs. Monahan's next pitch. Big swing, and again, the Chinooks helping him out. That was ball 3. Freeman chasing high. The 2-1 delivery. Ground ball hit off the end of the bat. Diving stab by Cody Huff. He can't get it out. That's going to go as a base hit. The third base umpire, Silas Drayton, started taking off for second base. I'm not sure he realized that Huff still had it. It had just gone behind him. That goes as a base hit. Jeff Erlob, pitching coach, out for a conversation as Daniel Freeman has his second single in the day. Well, Erlob, as we realized that the head coach got tossed of Tyler LeBrun, Erlob's going to be the guy who's going to come out and make these changes anyways now for the remainder of this game. Daniel Freeman, the infield hit. Cody Huff slid like he was sliding into a bag, stopped the ball, and couldn't get up. Not sure what Brew was pointing at, the catcher for the Miners, but Joe Brazil up next. Brazil a single back in the 6th. On the infield bunt. He'll take strike one, enter half. Trevor Cho on deck, has scored twice today via a fielder's choice bunt and a walk. Wonder if Freeman will try and swipe a bag. Chinooks have not been running tonight. And strike two is chased by Joe Brazil. Brazil struck out in the first, lined out to center in the third, and a single on the bunt in the 6th. Catcher setting up inside. Runner goes, popped up on the right side. Long run for Tanner Carlson. It's going to be a tough play. It gets out. I think Freeman had the base stolen. He got a great jump.
As he normally does.
As he does. We harp on it all the time. I think he's, he may not have Jess Davis's speed, but apart from that, he is one of the best base runners on this team. Even not necessarily in stealing bases, just the reads he gets. Incredible to me. Second to none of anybody else in this league.
He's one of the best base runners I've ever seen. Not just in the Alaskan Baseball League.
Next pitch to Brazil is going to be taken upstairs on the curveball, ball 1. 1-2 count, 2 outs. Hannes Kindreich still warming the bullpen. We'll see if Sundine comes back out for the bottom of the 7th. Freeman not going. This pitch fouled into Brew's head, and he is almost falls over. Stacy Dunbar able to grab him before he falls over as well. He's telling him he's okay. The trainer out quickly as well. Just a half moment where he almost fell over, and Stacy Dunbar, good job there by the home plate umpire to grab him quickly. Sometimes that can happen, you know, where guys get knocked out behind the plate on foul balls, or, you know, you just get, he's probably going to have a headache the rest of the game just from that. But
And you do see that a lot with catchers and umpires. Like you said earlier, they give each other a little time when they get hit, but they also are able to recognize pretty quickly when it's a ball to the head and catch the other person before they hurt themselves further, and just in case.
Well, and thankfully, Brew's laughing it off right now with Stacy and the trainer coming out. So she'll trot back to the first base dugout where the Miners are located, and we'll resume play. It looks like Brew's okay. Joe gives him his credit as well, says, "I'm sorry for the foul ball into your mask," as he tips him right on the back of the left leg with his bat. We'll work a 1-2 count. 2 outs here, top 7. 5-3 lead Chinooks. They have been doubled in hits, 10-5, but still lead this game. Freeman not going. Delivery off the end of the bat, poked foul. And boy, Brazil is swinging hard right now. If he can yank one down that left field line, who says Daniel Freeman's not going to be waved around to score here as an insurance runner? Brazil this season still looking for his first double. Ground ball hit to short. Hogan fields the hop, the throw to first, right on the money. Brazil caught by a step and is upset with himself, but we'll go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Chinooks lead by 2. It's 5-3. And the Miners going to have the 2-3-4 up of Porter, Webb, and Carlson when we come back, all facing Hannes Kindreich. Tyler Porter to lead off the Miners' bottom half of the 7th inning. A 5-3 lead for the Chinooks. As Hannes Kindrei comes in, throws a pitch right down the middle for strike one. Eric Webb on deck. He's got 2 RBI doubles today. And Kindrei facing Porter, 2 strikeouts and a single today. This pitch right down the middle again, strike 2. Kindrei would like to get him here. Hannes in relief as Zach Sundine gave up 10 hits in 6 innings on the mound. 2 strikeouts for him and only 3 runs given up. 3 walks as well. Off speed falls a little low. Good idea by Hannes, just a little bit outside. Kindrei coming out of Biola University. Ground ball, chopped to Daniel Freeman. He'll flip it on a great pass to Hannes Kindrei, who's covering. Looked like a second baseman shuttle pass, but good job there. They'll high-five each other, and 1 out made to get Tyler Porter here in the 7th. That is your pitcher's fielding practice at its finest.
We'll get to those 2 winning bike ticket numbers here momentarily.
Bottom 7, Eric Webb up next, facing Hannes Kindrei, the junior at Biola and coming out of Medford, Oregon. Kindrei, his first curveball to Webb, strike 1. 1-3 record for Kindrei, 8.14 ERA, making his 14th appearance. Most on the team for the Chinooks. 21 innings on the mound, and curveball falls in low there. 1-1. 18 strikeouts to his 7 walks, and 28 hits given up. Big swing and a miss by Webb. Little out in front. You could see how he is a pull hitter there because he swung around it so far that his back hips never even got through it. Hannes' win came on the 6-3 win versus the Oilers down in Kenai through 3 innings there. Curveball bounced in the dirt, 2-2. Hannes, one of 3 players from Biola University. Brandon Cody and Joey Levitt, the other 2. Big swing and a miss. Eric Webb goes down swinging. And the Chinooks going to throw the ball around as it is the 2nd out in the inning. And for some reason, J. Paul Fullerton threw it to Pate Fullerton, his brother, at shortstop. On the throw around. 2 outs now for Hannes Kindrei. Brings up Tanner Carlson 0 for 2 today. 2 flyouts. Once to the shortstop, Pate Fullerton. Once to left field. Inside and a little high. A little bit of a late release point there from Hannes, but doing a great job today. Mowed down the best hitter in the league, Eric Webb, and trying to get a 3-up, 3-down inning here in the bottom of the 7th. Little high there again to Tanner Carlson. He'll work with a 2-0 advantage count against Hannes Kindrei. Kindrei, a deep breath, 2-0 delivery here, 2 outs. And it's ball 3. Got to come from the depths of the 3-0 count, all the way back. Does not want to force a walk, bring the tying run to the plate of Cody Huff, who today has reached all 3 times walk, double, single. 3-0 pitch. And it's ball 4. 4-pitch walk to bring the tying run to the plate. Kindrei just looking for one final out here against Cody Huff. Has scored a run today. Kindrei a little bit of a slower move towards home. We'll see if Carlson tries to run this season for Carlson, as he draws his 12th walk of the season. He is 1 for 2 in stolen base attempts. Kindrei's first pitch, curveball, strike 1 down the middle. 0-1, 2 outs, 5-3 lead. Carlson slides back in safely. Will dirty up the white uni pants. And another pickoff sends him in again. 0-1 count, 2 outs. See what Kendrick throws to Cody Huff here. On deck, Sam Thompson. Does not have a hit in the ball game, just a sac bunt. Lined out once. And the pitch hits on the outer half again. 0-2 for Hannes Kendrick. Good fastball. Looking for a big strikeout here against Cody Huff. Got Eric Webb earlier. 2 batters ago. Can he get Cody Huff? Runner not going. Delivery. Curveball. Line to Joe Brazil on the catch. Great play by Brazil. Good swing by Huff. But he lines out for the third one. It's 5-3. We're going to the top of the 8th. Chinooks look to add, as it'll be the 8-9-1 of Cho, Gardner, and Corbett when we come back. Jack White into pitch and relief, the New Mexico redshirt freshman, Albuquerque, New Mexico native. Ball 1 taken low and away. 5-3 ball game as we're here in the top of the 8th. 10 hits for the Miners, 5 for the Chinooks, and they're trying to add to their 2-run lead. Poked it foul down the left field line, out of reach of any player, and watch your lips, fans. That one's going to land right next to a kid, but everybody's okay. Infield on the left side going to have to reset. Caden Hogan, Cody Huff. Jack White, the 6'4", 200. Bunted down the third base line. If it's fair, it's a base hit. And boy, is it fair, as Trevor Cho reaches on his single. He has bunted the last 2 times, and he gets the infield bunt there. Man, in his last few games, he's gotten a bunt single in both of them. His last 2 appearances, and he starts off this inning on the single.
The Miners all tried to do the Joe Brazil move that he tried earlier and let the ball go foul, but it just never tailed that way.
I'm not sure Jack White realized where the ball was in comparison to the line. The grass really holds it up. So Cho is on first base with the bunt. Bunt shown here, third base side, and Dylan Gardner hustling. Miscommunication, base hit for Dylan Gardner on the bunt. My goodness, Jack White and Robbie Brew just stared at each other like they were around a campfire looking at the ball on back-to-back bunts. Let's see if Mason Corbett tries to lay one down for Pate Fullerton on deck.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Chinooks bunt until it doesn't work.
Well, it's kind of crazy that 3 of the 7 hits today for the Chinooks have come via the bunt. That doesn't happen very often. Joe Brazil, Trevor Cho, Dylan Garner, the 7, 8, 9 guys all have a base hit via a bunt.
I don't think the Chinooks have bunted tonight and not gotten a base hit out of it.
The only thing that has happened is Trevor Cho tried to bunt, and with the bases loaded, Cody Huff at third base picked it up and threw him out at a force out at home.
A fielder's choice.
Yeah, fielder's choice.
So 3 of 4. Still pretty good percentages.
Is Corbett going to bunt? He shows. Pulls back, ball 1 low. And here's the thing about Cody Huff at third base. What he does is he only stays a step in fair territory with his toes maybe on the grass, maybe on the just a step in front of the bag at third base. So a bunt down that way, you got a chance. Tanner Carlson creeping at first base. The first base player bunted up in the air, foul towards the third base side. Corbett just trying to move 2 runners into scoring position for Pate Fullerton, who had the 3-run double in the 6th that has made it the 5-3 ball game it is currently. Coming set, Jack White. Bunt shown here for Corbett. Delivery. Pulls back and off the plate, ball 2. Brew had already set up away, and he caught it outside his body. Off the midline of his chest. Jack White, an 0-2 record entering in, 4.90 ERA, making his 10th appearance. Tanner Carlson really coming in at first base. Pulled back, ball 3, 3-1 count. White trying to work one low here, and Mason Corbett not having any of it. Can he load the bases, bring up Pate Fullerton, same scenario, and maybe have Pate Fullerton pick up 3 more RBIs? Three-one delivery. Down the third base line, it's bunted hard, gonna go foul. So a 3-2 pitch awaiting as Dylan Garner, Trevor Cho, Trevor Cho have to go back into position. Mason Corbett still at the plate, a full count, awaiting. He's got a single today, RBI single back in the 2nd, and a walk, 2 Ks. Gonna have to put something in play here. White a check and the delivery. Hits one foul down the third base line just to spoil it.
Pretty realistic glass shatter sound that they used here.
Yeah, if y'all could hear that in the background as it got out of play. Was looking down here at the first base side of the fans, and a few of them put their hands over their head. They thought something broke. Did sound pretty realistic. 3-2 payoff pitch. Check swing, didn't go around, ball 4. Jack White will load him up with a walk to Mason Corbett.
Still no outs in the inning.
Corbett, 27th walk on the season. He's got 2 today. And Pate Fullerton up next. Well, we saw the Chinooks try and bunt last time with the bases loaded. I don't think they're doing it again here. That's what Robbie Brew is telling his infield to come in for, is just to be aware of it. I think you let Pate Fullerton hit away here. You be patient. Try and get him something elevated to hit to the outfield, bring in an insurance runner. With 2 innings left, 6 outs to deal with on the minors. Likely going to see Hannes next inning. He did a great job last inning. Gave up 1 walk, and that was it. Everybody else got out. Pate Fullerton awaiting here. Infield straight away back, and strike 1 on the outer edge from Jack White. White's last appearance was the 2 innings in the 10-2 loss on Tuesday. Off speed away, ball 1. Gave up 1 hit, 2 runs, and 3 walks. So far, he's given up 2 hits and a walk. Everything on the infield with 2 bunts and the walk. Pitch to Fullerton, curveball down the middle. Looked like it crossed a little high, but all the same 1-2 count to deal with. J. Paul Fullerton on deck. Runners at every base. Trevor Cho third. At second, Dylan Gardner. And at first, Mason Corbett. Four total singles on bunts today for both these teams. 3 for the Chinooks, 1 for the Miners. Payoff 1-2 delivery from Jack White. Misses low and inside, ball 2. Tried to freeze up Pate Fullerton there, hold for a few extra seconds than he normally does. Didn't work. Pokes it down the left field line. If it falls in, it's a base hit. Instead, it'll tail foul at the very end of it, and it'll be a 2-2 count. Still, good pitch to spoil for Fullerton. On deck, his brother J. Paul. Chinooks desperately trying to get a few more insurance runs, only up 2. Jack White coming set. The high leg kick delivery. Big swing and a miss. Chased it high. Fullerton with the strikeout. And that is 1 out here in the inning. 5-3 ball game. J. Paul due for a base hit. Update for you. Top of the 5th inning for the Pilots-Oilers games. The Pilots have gained 2 more runs. They lead 3-0. So if the Chinooks can squeak out a win here, get ready to face off the Oilers for the final time. The two will match up on Saturday. Try and push ahead by a half game for 4th place. Ball off the plate, ball 1. Ethan English on deck. With 1 out here, got to stay out of a double play, but try and get something to the outfield. Delivery. Big swing and a miss. Chased it out. 1-1 count. Sac fly does it for 1 insurance run. You got to get at least 1 here. 7 hits for the Chinooks. Today to the 10 of the Miners. 5 runs for the Chinooks, 3 for the Miners. No errors for the Nooks, 2 for the Miners. Ball well off the plate. Tried to go 2-seam. 2-1 count. Both brothers of the Fullerton squad are attending the University of Alabama at Birmingham next year. J. Paul's been there and will work in his senior year in the fall. And Pate his first year. Smashes one to left center. It's a long way for Eric Webb. Is he going to get it? No, he dives. They're going to wave around a few runs. Both Pate and J. Paul. J. Paul is going to head for third base, and he's going to make it with a triple. A bases clearing triple, and both Fullerton brothers have cleared the bases on extra base hits in the last 3 innings. J. Paul bringing in 3 here. Chinooks take the 8-3 lead as Eric Webb was trying to shade him to right side. And J. Paul smashing one to left center for a triple. And that's J. Paul's second triple in the last few games as well.
And I don't think he would have predicted that had you told him he was going to have 2 triples a week ago. He would not have believed it, I don't think. But he's grateful for it, I'm sure.
Well, he one-ups his brother with the double, the bases clearing double, when the bases were loaded back in the 6th. And he gets the triple out of it. So both Fullerton brothers combining for 6 RBIs today. And ball 1 upstairs to Ethan English, who'd like to bring in a 9th run for the Chinooks. Chinooks just don't go away offensively. And English swinging through this pitch, a 1-1 count from Jack White. On deck, Hayden Keller, who has drawn the walk today. English looking for his first hit as well. Was robbed of a RBI lineout in the first. Pitch missing, hitting low right at the knees to English. English going to have to battle here, put something in play. 1-2 count. Has a strikeout, 2 groundouts to the left side of the infield, and a lineout. Payoff pitch, runner at third. Curveball right down the middle. English will have to walk back after looking for a second time on strikes today. Brings up Hayden Keller. And he's due for a base hit as well, only a walk today. Flew out an inning ago on a 2-0 pitch. Keller leads the team in RBIs. He'll look for another one here. Smashes one to right field. Palmer going to have to retreat, and is he going to make it? It's up and off the wall. That falls in, just barely missing a home run. And Hayden Keller with the 2-out double to bring in J. Paul Fullerton. Man, right off the top of the wall, right next to the New Valley sign. And it brings up Daniel Freeman. Chinooks have put up 4 more here in the 8th. Score 9-3 now. Well, to open up the season, Hayden Keller had a home run here at Herman Brothers Field. First home run of the season for any player in the ABL. And he was hoping to get another one there. It happens to just carry to the right side of the wall. And ball 1 low and inside here to Freeman. One-0 pitch here for Freeman. Can he bring in a 10th run? Smashes one, broken bat, and Hogan will set his feet, throw to first on the out. Just missing it. Chinooks get 4 in the 8th, though. They lead by 6. It's 9-3. We're going to the bottom half of the inning, as the Miners will send to the plate their 6, 7, 8 of Thompson, Palmer, and Brew when we come back. Sam Thompson to lead off the bottom of the 8th. Chinooks put up 4 in the top half, and the first pitch popped up to right field. Mason Corbett is on it. He's tracking with it and will make the grab for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 8th for Hannes Kindreit. Chinooks lead 9-3 now by 6 runs, have put up 4 in 2 innings, the 6th and the 8th. And they're looking for 5 more outs without giving up 6 runs. There is a left-hander, I believe it's Connor Butler, warming in the bullpen for the Miners. He came in the other day, gave up 3 walks, and was pulled. Up and inside, ball 1 here to Palmer. Palmer picked off back in the 4th inning and has 2 hits today, as well as a fly out to center. That's a strike right down the middle. 1-1 count, 1 out. Good pitch by Kindreit. He's got a big rhythm about him right now that is quite pleasant, if you want to call it that way. He quickly gets up there, gets the pitch he wants, and is ready to throw it. This pitch a little high, though. 2-1 count. Well, Ty Beck warming in the bullpen for the Chinooks.
As he throws one down,
down
to the dugout.
Yeah, we will not see him in the ball game. 15-year-old Ground ball up the middle. Two-hopper to Dylan Gardner. Sets his feet and will throw him out for the second out of the inning. Good ground out just past the glove of Hannes Kindreich. It's probably a good thing he didn't touch it in that one. He tried to, but it'll bring up Robbie Brew. Ty Beck, the son of Chris Beck, the pitching coach for the Chinooks, is currently down there throwing to Justin Fox.
He's got some nasty break on his curveballs.
Fastball first pitch misses the top of the zone here to Robbie Brew. Has a single walk and ground ball double play on the day for him. Pops it up on the right side out of play. And
it hit something, but I can't tell what it was.
And it definitely did. It hit a little kid sitting on the ground, but he's actually taking it like a champ. He's okay.
That's good.
And there's a strike in to Robbie Brew right there as well. 1-1 count, 2 outs. Or it hit right. I think it just startled the kid. I think it hit right in front of him, ricocheted off the fence. That curveball thrown a little bit too far out in front, and it'll bounce in front of the plate. Scoreboard reads 2-2. I believe it's just a 2-1 count here, 2 outs. But Hannes Kindreich still looking for a third out here. Has gotten the first 2 guys of Thompson and Palmer. And chopped to the first base side. Freeman will take it himself and step on first. 3 up, 3 down inning for Hannes Kindreich. And the first on the day against the Miners. They will be forced to their final 3 outs. Chinooks look to add to their 9-3 lead. We're going to the top of the 9th inning. And for the Chinooks, it'll be Joe Brazil to lead it off when we come back. Joe Brazil to lead us off here in the top of the ninth inning, final inning of play. It's 9-3. Chinooks lead the Miners up by 6. They're trying to add to it. First pitch here misses low from Connor Butler, who's the fourth pitcher in. It was Blake Payton who went 5 innings, 2 innings for Nolan Monahan. Jack White last inning gave up 4 runs. And now Connor Butler, big swing there from Brazil. He chases. He's got a single today on the bunt back in the 6th. Trevor Cho on deck with Dylan Garner behind him. Connor Butler out of Hawaii University, a sophomore there, 155-pound left-handed pitcher. Big swing and a miss there. It'll work it for a 1-2 count. No outs here in the top of the ninth. We have seen Butler pitch against the Chinooks twice, and he came in on Tuesday, gave up 3 runs, all earned with his 3 walks. He only faced 4 batters, 1 hit given up as well. 1-2 delivery, misses low and inside to work it 2s across the board. Brazil has scored a run today. Trevor Cho on deck has scored 3. Dylan Gardner 2. And he will swing through the high fastball. Brazil struggling a little bit with that high fastball. He's chased it a few times today. But he's down on strikes a second time now. And I think he wants to have that one back. It'll bring up Trevor Cho. Chinooks will play a doubleheader against the Miners again on Sunday. Chop to the first base side. Butler almost fell off the mound. He's laughing at himself as he took off to go run. And he points at Caden Hogan and yells, "Sniper," because he tripped over, I believe, his own shoelace. Cho, I'm not sure how he got around to hitting that pitch. But he yanks it towards Sam Potter, the first base coach. And that pitch is off the plate. 1-1, 1 out. Stacey Dunbar looks back to first base dugout and holds up his hands about 2 feet apart, showing that that's how far off the ball was. 1-2 count, 1 out. Good fastball, lower third on the outer corner there. Curveball falls high, 2-2. Fifth pitch of the at-bat, misses wide, full count, 1 out. Cho today, a walk. Fly out to the catcher. Fielder's choice where he reached and scored. Scored in the second as well to put the Chinooks up 1-0, and then scored last inning on J. Paul Fullerton's triple. Pops it up on the right side. It's going to get out of play. And everybody's okay after that foul ball as well. 3-2 pitch awaiting, 1 out. Delivery from Butler. Misses low, ball 4. That is the second walk on the day for Trevor Cho. And, man, these last few games, Cho has really been very selective, very disciplined at the plate. Does a great job of taking pitches. Dylan Gardner up next, the sac bunt, and at bat to go. Big swing and a miss there from Gardner. May have gotten a piece of it. 0-1 count. Chased it high. Trevor Cho at first. Just drew his 12th walk. Good skip. And pick showing off the leather work of Brew. Stacey Dunbar behind the plate kind of flinched a little bit. Thought he was going to try to get out of the way of it to go back. As Brew just picked it. 1-1 delivery. Ball high. Very high. Mason Corbett on deck as the leadoff batter in the ball game, right fielder for the Chinooks. Well, it's a good sign for the Chinooks when Jess Davis gets the day off that they still find a way to win on that as well. Gardner chasing as well. 2-2 count, 1 out. But Jess has been one of the power hitters for the Chinooks and frequently finds himself on base. He's got the second highest average of 276 and got the day off today. Inside, full count, 1 out. Butler, a little frustration shown in his body language, catching the ball back from Brew. 3-2 pitch awaits for Gardner. And the delivery. Big swing and a miss. Good strikeout for Butler, and he gets his second in the inning. Gardner just a little underneath it. Mason Corbett up next. 6-run lead for the Chinooks, 9-3.
Now batting, right fielder number 50, Mason Corbett.
Corbett, a walk in the 8th, has scored 1 run today. 2 strikeouts, RBI single in the 2nd, and a walk back in the 1st. Leads the league with 27 walks this season. First pitch, curveball, strike 1. Well, we've seen it all today, basically. Head coach for the Miners get tossed in and out of the glove, but Brew able to corral it. Cho not moving from first base bag. Coach getting tossed, as well as some big innings for the Chinooks. 4 runs in the 6th, 4 in the 8th. Miners have only been able to put up 1 in the 3rd, 5th, and 6th. 1 for the Chinooks in the 2nd as well. High fastball, 2-1 count. Butler coming set, the delivery. Skip to the backstop. Cho will put himself in scoring position here with a 3-1 count to Mason Corbett. Texas A&M Aggie. Well, I joked around with Mason about Texas A&M just being this cult or whatever, but what I mean by that, not in a bad sense, I mean it in the sense that everybody just loves each other at Texas A&M. It's unlike any place that I've ever been to. 3-1 pitch here. In the dirt, ball 4. Second walk in the inning for Connor Butler. Puts runners on first and second for Pate Fullerton.
Now batting, shortstop number 7, Pate Fullerton.
And he's up to 28. Tyler Auclair warming in the bullpen for the Chinooks. We may see him. I think you'd like to see Hannes come back out with how well he's done. Try and save a little arms, but you get the off day tomorrow anyways, so. That pitch is called for a strike. One count, 2 outs here to Pate Fullerton, his brother on deck. Up and inside, ball 2. So the thing about Butler is when he's around the strike zone, he hits. Whenever he is not, it's well off of the plate, well up, or well in the dirt. 2-1 delivery. That is strike 2, paints the corner. 2-2 count, 2 outs. Chinooks with runners on first and second. Would like to get a 10th run in the ballgame. Maybe one more hit to tie the hits of the Miners, 10 each. And the runners will take off on this next pitch as ball 3 flies high. Runners go, popped it up. Skied on the foul territory. Tanner Carlson will reach up, make the grab. And that'll be the 3rd and final out of the top of the 9th inning. Chinooks lead at 9-3. We're going to the bottom half. Chinooks need 3 outs when we come back. Shortstop, Caden Hogan to lead off for the Miners. 3 outs away from the Chinooks' 11th win of the season, and it's a 9-3 ball game. Strike one from Hannes Kindreich, and his fastballs looked very well today. Well located. Only times he's missed is missed anywhere between probably half a foot up. Nothing really big up high. And strike two is going to fall in there on the outer end. I think you try and throw the same pitch, but 6 inches farther away. (9-1-2) up, Bullware on deck. Hit hard to left field. Trevor Cho lays out, can't make the grab. Tried to go with the pitch, and Cho going to get it in quickly. That's going to be a triple to start it off here in the last inning. First hit given up by Hannes, and it's not the 0-2 pitch he was looking for. It kind of just tailed a little bit farther in. Tyler O'Clair warming in the bullpen, but Bullware up next. So a triple starts us off here for the 11th hit for the Miners in the 9th. I think Cho was better off probably trying to go get that one. I'm not sure there was any way he was going to grab that. Ball one high.
Yeah, I think if he tries to cut that off, he can at least hold it to a double. But if Hogan scores here, it's not the worst thing.
Good strike there. 1-1 count. And all the same, though, you're not going to penalize a guy for hustling in this scenario when you're up to 6 runs and you're trying to go make a play on it, get out number 1. Curveball, good block by J. Paul Fullerton behind the plate. 2-1.
Yeah, regardless, it was going to be a hit. So you may as well go for the out, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out.
Well, he made a great play, just missed it by a few inches. Fastball there, skied to center. Going back, Hayden Keller, this will be deep enough for out number 1. You'll trade the out for a run all the same, though. And so it's a 9-4 ball game. 1 run here in the 9th, but a fly out for Bullware. He'll pick up an RBI here in the 9th inning.
I'm sure Kindreich is okay with trading the next 2 outs for runs as well.
Oh, I think so, too.
As long as it's just 1.
I think you'd like to get the next 2 guys, though, just unscathed. Get Porter, get Webb. Has gotten both already. And the first pitch is a strike 1 painting the corner. Great command from Kindreich today. Missed 1 pitch with the, as that one sails wide, missed 1 pitch on that 0-2 fastball. Tried to bust him inside, but good job by Hogan. Excuse me, my apologies. Yes, Hogan to get around it. And that pitch just a little low, 2-1. Webb on deck, center fielder for the Miners. Nine to 4 ball game, bottom of the 9th. 1 out, 2-1 delivery, and strike 2 enter third. Two, 1 out. Delivery. Pops it up. Shallow center. Hayden Keller a few jog steps in. Is underneath it. Will make the grab for out number 2. Chinooks need 1 more here against Eric Webb. The center fielder. He's got 2 RBI doubles today in the 3rd and 5th. And a strikeout against Hannes Kindreich so far. Porter just got a little too underneath it. Brings up Eric Webb. Webb shaved his mustache. Carlson on deck would like another stab at things. Kindreich going to have to reset. Time granted. And tried to work off-speed first pitch. Falls in a little low. Kindreich fell off the mound a little bit there on the left side. The Biola University right-hander. And there's the fastball for strike 1. 1-1 count, 2 outs. That's the top of the zone for Dunbar. home plate umpire. He's really done a great job for both teams today. This one popped up and out of play. Well, there was one mom in the midst of many kids over there. She just chose to cover her head. And all the kids were looking up in the air for it. Curve ball, chopped to the third base side, foul ball. Joe Brazil will keep it in front. Ricochets off his right leg, and it'll be a 1-2 count, 2 outs. Next pitch from Kendrike. Way up and inside, little away, but tried to bust him inside. 2-2 count, 2 outs. Getting a little dark here from when we started. That's why it was at 6. Payoff pitch. Foul directly back at us. 2s across the board, 2 outs. This one falls high to Webb. He's worked it full, fouled off a couple of good pitches, and been a pretty good at bat. Can Kendrike win it here against Webb with Tanner Carlson on deck? Fouls it back. And J. Paul's okay. Pats Webb on the backside, and Stacy Dunbar, they're having fun still. It's a 9-4 ball game, and everybody's still enjoying this one. Miners have had 11 hits to the 9 for the Chinooks. The 11th was the triple that led off the inning by Caden Hogan. Takes just off the plate. You could read Kendrike, his mouth. He said, "What?" Like, where's that? But Webb will reach via the walk, and Tanner Carlson comes to the plate.
Now batting, your first baseman array, Tanner
Carlson a walk today, and that is it. Two outs, 9-4. Up and inside, ball 1. Well, you likely don't see Webb try and steal, not with J. Paul Fullerton's arm here. But all the same, your run doesn't matter at this point. If you get caught stealing, then take the bat out of Carlson's hands. And there's a strike down the middle. Daniel Freeman playing back at first base. Chinooks with the 5-run lead. Runner does go. It's strike 2, and that'll be defensive indifference. Should be defensive indifference. It's up to the scores, which Webb leads the team in stolen bases. Curveball, strike 3 will get him. The Chinooks win it, 9-4 here at Herman Brothers Field, and improve to 3-4 against the Miners this season. Both teams going to shake hands. The coach is going to shake hands, as it was Sundine who picks up his win on the season, his second win for the Chinooks. The MSU Denver starter improves to 2-3. Gave up 3 runs as the bullpen joins the stand. But the Chinooks will play the Miners again in 3 days' time in the doubleheader at Lee Jordan Field. On Sunday, I believe the start time for that is 2 o'clock. Then a game after that at 4. Both games are 7 innings. And the Chinooks have the off day tomorrow. We'll play against the Oilers as well on Saturday. And right now, the Oilers currently trailing in the bottom of the 6th to the Pilots 3-0. So the Pilots win that one. The Chinooks win today. If the Pilots can win that one, Chinooks push ahead into 4th place with a half game ahead of the Oilers. But Josh Salem here with Wyatt Wewell. It was a great job by the Fullerton brothers today. They had 2, each of them in the 6th and the 8th. One apiece had a double for Pate Fullerton that cleared the bases with the bases loaded. And then in the 8th, a bases clearing triple both bringing in 4 runs. It's a 9-4 win. Chinooks improve to 11-23 on the season. The Miners fall to 20-13 still in second place. Tune in 2 days' time as the Chinooks play the Oilers at Lee Jordan Field. We'll be back in 2 days. Thank you so much, Josh Salem and Wyatt Wewell. God bless.